I swear, everybody, the hits keep coming here at Origin Game Fair in Columbus, Ohio. I have the opportunity to speak with Jason Hardy from Catalyst Game Labs, and I'll be the first to admit, I have not spoken with Catalyst Game Labs in a long time.
We've missed you.
I miss you guys too.
So good to see you.
It's so sweet. So first off, thanks so much for taking some
thanks
time
for talking
out.
to me.
It's crazy busy here.
Yes, it is.
And one of the reasons why it's crazy busy is because there is a new starter set for Shadowrun. It's the new edition of Shadowrun. Jason, let's talk a little bit about that.
You bet. We are launching 6th edition here at Origins. So we have the beginner box set, first time available anywhere, and it's been a lot of work to get to this point, but I'm really happy to be here and let people play it instead of me just playing it in my house over and over again.
Sure, right.
So let me show a box.
There we go. We're going to see it. You're going to see the box here. We're going to have some B-roll of some stuff too, though.
But I like to hold stuff up and then block a microphone.
That's okay.
So,
no, the microphone will still pick it up. We're all good.
So that was the box. It's got quick start rules. It's got character dossiers in there and adventure. It's got reference cards, so whatever spells or gear you have, you can just have in front of you, easy to reference. It's got dice, because we like dice.
And it's a role-playing game. You usually need some dice.
And it's got
not always.
Big, pretty map of Seattle, since that's the home base of Shadowrun, and annotations about important locations. And then on the other side, locations that are used in the adventure in the box. So everything you need to play some games of Shadowrun right in there.
Well, I got to say, you've got your work cut out for you, because there have been some awesome starter sets that have come out very recently. We've got the Warhammer Fantasy Roleplay 4th edition from my friends over at Cubicle 7. We've got everybody talking about the Call of Cthulhu starter set. On the flip side of that, there's the Stranger Things D&D starter. So as long as it's a lot better than that, you'll be okay.
I don't want to say we're better than anyone, but we hope we're good.
Right.
So yeah, and there are some great sets. I was just looking at the Warhammer one the other day, and it is beautiful. They really did some nice work. But we think we're right up there. I was
going to say, you already knew the gauntlet has been thrown down, so you knew you had to go the extra mile, I'm sure.
Yeah, we wanted to make sure people had value for what they're going to do, that they could play and have fun, and also that it looked pretty. And the artists and designers just knocked it out of the park. It's a beautiful set. I'm so happy with how they made it look.
And Shadowrun has always been a very, very unique setting, unlike any other setting that's out there. And I know some people are like, oh yeah, it's cyberpunk. And I'm like, not in my book. It's more like fantasy punk.
Yeah, it's cyberpunk crossed with fantasy. And the thing, whenever I talk to people about what got them into Shadowrun, that Larry Elmore cover of first and second edition.
I had it.
Where you see the elf and the hacker and all them getting into the cyber deck and doing their decking, and that whole crossing of fantasy and cyberpunk just grabbed people's attention and said, what is that?
I had to put down my William Gibson book so I could run out and go buy it. Because I had it. I had a bunch of Shadowruns.
Yeah, so it's just that great fusion, and it's so much fun to visualize, and so many stories you can tell.
Well, let's keep talking about it then, because you've got plenty of releases. Yep. There's some coming up at Gen Con as well.
Yeah, we'll have the full book of Shadowrun 6th edition at Gen Con. And we're experimenting with a lot of different ways to give player aids to make their experience easier. So we'll have, along with the cards that were in the beginner box set, we'll have NPC cards, hopefully, at Gen Con. Okay. So you'll have a lot of easy references to throw in the game. Edge in the box set is expanded mechanics, so a lot of how you play the game is gaining and spending edge. And for me, the easiest way to track that is through poker chips that I used when I was playing. So we have pack of dice and poker chips.
Look at that.
So conveniently, so you can play that way. And I just love the visceral feel of the clink of the chip on the table when someone does
just love
good.
that.
Yeah.
There's a board game that has metal coins, and it didn't have to have metal coins, but it's got metal coins.
Yeah,
and my nephew is just, he's like, I love these. I'm like, well, focus more on winning the game, because I whoop you all the time.
The toy value of a game is important, the things you like, but winning is important too. So
in my book,
I hear you.
What else we got cooking?
We got some miniatures. We've actually been working on these for years, but we finally have them out. Shadowrun Miniatures, so you've got your Orc Street Samurai and your Elf Mage and your Dwarf Rigger. It's classic archetypes in miniature form, so we're really happy that people can put them on the table and have fun with them. And then there's some books, because of course we're going to come out with books.
I would hope.
We kept experimenting there too and doing things we've never done before. the Neo-Anarchist Streetpedia. So if you've ever found the lore of Shadowrun to be intimidating, this is there for you. It's an encyclopedia. Nice. It lists all the important people, places, and things. Does it in accessible, fun style, and focuses on what you need to know now, rather than dumping you with all the history of Shadowrun's 30-year.
Oh, here's a big info dump, guys. Enjoy. Yeah. Enjoy.
So what you need to know now to survive is in this book. And then we did a really fun thing, and this is...
Are you insinuating the rest isn't fun?
Well,
most of it's really fun.
Well, it's the talented people we have to work with. One of them's Echo Chernick, the artist, and she loves Shadowrun, and she keeps coming up with cool ideas to do. And so last Gen Con, we were thinking of this book, No Future, that is coverage of the culture of the Sixth World, so music and movies and trids and sports and media and all that. And we wanted some way to reflect the kind of dual reality of Shadowrun, the grimy street life, and then the glitzy augmented reality fancy.
Where I hang out.
That's right.
Yeah, it's where I hang out.
Said, what if we did a cover that had... I'm moving off.
Moved up his mark.
Moving toward the product. Shadowrun pulls. No. So what if we did a cover that had an acetate slip cover? So the base cover would show you the reality of Shadowrun, the grimy part, and then you could slip on an image over that to show the augmented part.
Oh, that's cool.
And that's what we got. This is No Future, and there's a regular cover. Slip it off.
That's pretty wild.
And there's a gritty Shadowrun street life. And there's lots of fun things in there with more slip covers, or not slip covers, but more acetate covers to overlay information on other articles and give you a different perspective. Like there's a news article that you'd see in the Sixth World with an overlay of some more anarchist types correcting what they got wrong and telling you the real story. So it's a lot.
You mean the Ministry of Truth isn't really laying out the truth?
I know. We can't imagine that at all. That's so weird, but it happens. I think that covers most of the RPG stuff.
Okay.
But there's one more thing I wanted to show you. We did a Kickstarter for Sprawl Ops, a board game.
Yeah, right. I remember posting news about that and sharing that.
That was really successful. So backers are mostly have it. And we have the game for sale now to the general public.
Excellent. And it is a good-sized box, folks.
It's a good-sized box.
There it is.
There it is. It's what I really like about this game is it's the Shadowrun experience in a board game. So it's worker placement combined with press your luck dice rolling, but you're assembling a team of runners, you're getting them augmentations, you're getting them more bonuses, you're getting them extra spells, and then you're sending them out to earn money and hopefully not die because, dying sucks. And seeing if you can build up enough strength to get to the big score. So there's always some big, impressive final mission you're trying to run.
Let's talk a little bit about what a lot of people dig Catalyst Game Labs for, and that would be Battletech.
Battletech. We are really excited to have the new box sets out. So we went a while, too long really, without a beginner box set and the Game of Armored Combat out. And we have them out, and they hit the stores, I think, earlier this year and are already on their third printing. So the reception has been fantastic, and we're really glad that people can play them. And to go along with them, we've got some neoprene maps. So you've got all sorts of different environments in which you can play Battletech. So that's available as well. So it's really getting a good resurgence. It's been fantastic at the show, watching people latch onto the game again, people who hadn't played it before discovering it, and discovering the fun of big stompy robots blowing each other up.
And I bet you there are those out there because the PC game got it right.
Right.
Especially with the new added content that they did and cleaned up some things. It is Battletech. I mean, it is excellent. And I'm sure there are some folks who are like, play that PC game. Where's that board game at?
Yeah, and we're just really delighted at the people who put out the games in recent years. Harebrained Schemes and Piranha Games. They're people who know what these properties are doing and what they're supposed to feel like. Right. I mean, because Jordan Weissman, who was involved in the early days of Battletech and Shadowrun, is that Harebrained Scheme, so he knows the heart and soul of these games.
Right.
And he puts them in there, and they're really good. And you're right, they're great at introducing people to those universes and getting them involved.
Now, one last question I would ask, well, second to last question I'd say. Is there any kind of game, is there a title or maybe a line from Catalyst that maybe you think deserves a little more love? Maybe it flew under some people's radars?
Yeah, what we do a lot, because we're a virtual company, most of us don't all live in the same place. We have no offices. So Origins and Gen Con are great times to get together. Yeah. And I remember
world domination meetings.
That's right. That's
usually what most of the companies call.
Those are supposed to be secret. All right.
I got to sit in on. I am. I was like, no, I don't think you're taking over the world doing that.
So we do a lot of play testing of things that are coming up. So a few years ago, we play tested a game called Wrath of Dragons.
Okay.
And it's what we like to call it a resource destruction game. Okay. So you play dragons that are waking up and going out and just ravaging the countryside. Oh, wow. So you're eating nobles and collecting goods, burning cities. And
good, clean family fun, everybody.
And it's a lot of fun because as you go through the game, you have the whole map set out, and you just watch it get dwindled down as the dragons just crush everything. And there's a lot of good strategy involved as to how you attack and where you attack and when, so that you can be the dragon who destroyed the most.
Right, I was going to assume whoever causes the most destruction is the winner.
Exactly.
Sweet.
And so it's a fun game. I don't think it ever quite found the audience to latch onto it, because I love this game, and I think I'd love to see more people playing it. It's a really fun game.
Very cool. Well, Jason, any final thoughts you'd like to share with our audience?
I hope you are all playing games and having fun. I'm amazed at how many cool gamers are out there and supporting Catalyst and supporting the whole gaming society. And you guys are awesome, so thanks.
Thank you for taking some time out. It is super busy here at the Catalyst Game Lab.
It is pretty busy, but I'm happy to talk, and thanks for letting me talk to you.
Cool deal. Thanks for watching my Origins Game Fair 2019 coverage. If you'd like to see more convention coverage, click right here. And if you'd like to see a somewhat random video from the Gaming Gang channel, including recordings of the live Monday through Friday episodes of The Daily Dope, click right here. Once again, I'm Jeff McAleer. Thank you very much for watching, and please subscribe.